This is the People of Bartlett podcast. My name is Dustin with Bartlett Local. Today we chat with Jason Jones, the pastor of Bartlett United Methodist Church. So get up, enjoy a walk, or kick back and relax, and let's hear what Jason has to say. This is Dustin, and we've got Jason, the pastor of Bartlett United Methodist Church at 5676 Stage Road right here in Bartlett, Tennessee. Jason, how is your day going today?
So far, so good. Enjoying the day. I haven't been outside to, stroll around or see what the weather's like, but it looks like a nice one out there. It's certainly been nice the last couple of days, and so far everything's good.
I was out there this morning. It was quite nice.
Nice.
So, Jason, who are you? What do you do as pastor of Bartlett United Methodist Church?
Yeah, so as the senior pastor of this particular congregation, I tend to, obviously, the pastoral needs of the faith community, offering to them spiritual guidance, leading worship, and offering counsel, and administrating the staff, and all of that other fun stuff that goes along with pastoral ministry. And I'm blessed to be a part of this congregation and to be a part of shepherding this congregation.
That sounds great. And what is your connection to Bartlett? How are you connected, other than running the church here in the community? Yeah,
so my connections don't run very deep. I have participated with the Chamber of Commerce, and I have had some conversations with the mayor and other folks in the local government, but not a Bartlett native. I haven't really been in Bartlett very long, just shy of 2 years actually. So, not born and bred here, not deeply rooted here, but I have come to really appreciate the town and appreciate the people and all that it offers. I feel like I'm learning, and I hope to be here a good long time.
Do you live in Bartlett now?
Yeah, so my wife and I live just less than a mile from the physical building of the church, kind of right on the, I guess it would be east side of Bartlett, it's a wonderful community, and I feel like the city provides a strong sense of that, a strong sense of community. I feel like it's a pretty close-knit town.
Okay, and you mentioned you have a spouse?
Yes.
Yeah. Does she work in Bartlett, or?
She works from home.
Okay.
And her name is Christy, and we have been married for just over 10 years. Matter of fact, we just celebrated 10 years earlier this month.
Congratulations.
I appreciate that. And but yeah, so we're both kind of still kind of in the process of forging relationships and finding our way, but we have found Bartlett to be a wonderful and welcoming community.
Well, we're glad to have you.
Thank you.
Now, you've lived here around 2 years. Do you have any future visions of yourself in Bartlett, or where you'd like to see Bartlett go?
I don't know how specific those visions would be for, Bartlett as such. Obviously, I have hopes and dreams for the congregation because that's my primary reason for being here. But, anything that can prosper the city, anything that can help to grow the city and bring the residents of the city, closer together, I feel is always something that's going to be beneficial individually and communally. So in any way that the Bartlett United Methodist Church or myself can be part of prospering and furthering the city, we're always open to those kinds of opportunities. The church has a very close partnership with the city schools, particularly Bartlett High School, since it's very close in proximity. But we have relationships with other schools in the area. Again, the affirmation relationship with the Chamber of Commerce and with the mayor's office, and so we're always looking for those opportunities to do our part to make the city stronger.
I really appreciate that. So I understand you have a favorite author.
Yes, I do have a favorite author. Several, in fact, but I am a pretty large fan of Tolkien, J.R.R. Tolkien, and all of his writings, most especially The Lord of the Rings, but I also have volumes of The Hobbit and the Silmarillion. But other favorite authors include William Faulkner and Flannery O'Connor and C.S. Lewis. So some of those obviously are pointedly theological. Others aren't explicitly so. But I find that almost anything can be read through a lens of the spiritual if you've got a mind and a heart and a spirit that are open enough to notice it.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, I can see that for sure. What are you reading lately?
Lately, I have been revisiting a favorite book of mine, not amongst my aforementioned favorite authors, but a favorite book of mine is entitled Start With Why, by an author named Simon Sinek. Mm-hmm. And Sinek is not a theologian. He's not a church person. He's actually a businessman. And the book is intended for organizations and corporations that kind of want to get their mind around their purpose for doing what they do. And his basic assertion is that every successful individual and organization, they have to start with firmly understanding their purpose. Everything that they do has to be grounded in their purpose, what he calls their why. And so I've actually read through the book a couple of times already, but it's something that I'm constantly kind of rereading and going back to because it actually guides my ministry. Again, even though it's not written by a theologian or from a church perspective, it is very applicable to the church in general and to my ministry in particular. And I've actually got the staff of the Bartlett United Methodist Church reading it alongside of me. So, and it's thus far been a pretty productive conversation.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the book, and I understand what you mean about reading it multiple times. I'm sure he gives some good examples. I know the work I've seen him do, he gives some great examples that make it kind of easier to wrap your head around.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what about your favorite hangouts? Where do you like to go when you're not working?
When I'm not working, favorite hangouts. It seems like my downtime is pretty limited, but when I'm not working as such, my wife and I might go out to a favorite restaurant, or we might just peruse, a bookstore like Barnes and Noble. We also really like the bookstore, and the name of it is escaping me right now, that's located inside of the library. It's a secondhand bookstore that's located inside of the library there on Poplar. And they have a lot of really great and varied secondhand books, and I've probably found a solid 12 or 15 or 20 titles that I picked up there for just a small chunk of change. So that's a favorite hangout of both of ours.
Okay. What restaurants do you enjoy?
Oh, yeah. In terms of eateries, oftentimes on a Friday night, you can find us at Soulfish. Uh, we tend to frequent the one in the Wolf Chase area.
Yeah.
Um, we like Baby Jack's barbecue.
Oh yeah.
One of our favorite spots. We both really like Mexican food, so Los Pilares is a top choice of ours. And of course, the first place that I ever ate when I first got to Bartlett was at Side Porch, because it's right across the street from the church building.
Okay.
And I know that it's a favorite of a lot of Bartlett locals, and it's a favorite of ours too. So it's usually a little crowded, but hey, I think that's a good sign when a restaurant's crowded.
Yeah, that's what we call a good problem.
Yeah, yeah.
We got too many customers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jason. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move over to our Quickfire Questions.
Sure.
I'm sure you're familiar with how those work. So let's get started. What's your favorite food?
Favorite food style or just favorite dish?
That doesn't matter. Let's hear it.
Yeah, Mexican.
Mexican food. What's some advice you've received that's really stuck with you over the years?
Try to learn something every day.
What's a movie you enjoy?
Star Wars.
Describe yourself as a teenager in 2 words.
Awkward. And super awkward. I don't know.
If you could be from any other decade or era, what would it be?
1960s. 1960. Love the music, love the culture.
And let's see. If you weren't in your current role, what do you believe you may be doing?
Oh my goodness. Probably a psychologist.
All right. If you could have any 3 people, dead or alive, over for dinner, who would they be?
Any 3 people that are alive over for dinner. Goodness gracious, that's really limiting things. Maybe Bill Gates. Any 3 people that are alive. Maybe Spielberg, Steven Spielberg. I'm just trying to think of 3 names that immediately come to mind. And the third, I guess, man, this is a much bigger question than I was prepared for. Let's say Lady Gaga. I don't know. She seems really interesting.
Okay. iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
What's a TV series you enjoy?
Stranger Things.
Netflix or Hulu?
Man. Probably Netflix.
Probably Netflix. If you had one superpower, what would it be?
Flight.
And do you have any questions or comments for me?
Well done. This is super enjoyable, and I hope that this is a fruitful endeavor for you. I hope that you get a lot of participants and a lot of good feedback.
Well, I really appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, where can they find you, or if they want to know more about Bartlett United Methodist Church?
Yeah, so I'm on social media. Facebook is the one that I use most often, and you can find me at facebook.com/REVJWJ, or just look up Jason W. Jones. The church is at bartlettumc.org, and we're also on Facebook, facebook.com/Bartlett United Methodist, and we do the other social medias too. But yeah, give us a look, and happy to answer any questions that anybody has about anything at all, particularly as it pertains to the church.
Well, thanks a lot, Jason, and I'll put all of that information in the show notes as well.
Sounds good.
We appreciate having you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
All right, thanks, Jason.